Hello, everyone, and welcome to my training session. My name is Autumn Stevenson, and today's presentation is going to be over how to write a professional email. But first, let me explain why this training session exists. A little while ago, I received an email from someone named hotgirl1967 at gmail.com. The person left the subject line blank, and I was very hesitant on opening the email at first. After I opened it, the email read, "Yo, whoever this concerned, I'm looking for a job and I need you to hire me ASAP. Let me know when my start date is." After I read that email, I was in total shock. And of course, I did not hire that person and deleted the email. That is when I started to think about how many people do not know how to write a professional email. And that's why we are here today. Before I start the presentation, I will pass out handouts with step-by-step instructions that will correspond with each slide. I hope you enjoy. Choose a proper email address. Why is the name of your email account important? You may believe that selecting the email address is easy and painless process. While this is partially true, having a professionally picked email address has a significant impact on both your personal and professional life. Consider this. If you send your email to a company using a funny email address, there is a good chance that it will not be opened because it sounds unprofessional. Isn't that true? As a result, selecting the appropriate email name is critical, as is selecting the email service provider. Google, Yahoo, Outlook, all are examples of email services. These email services are free and you could use them however you wish. Sending emails multiple addresses. You might not understand the difference between two CC and BCC fields, but these are where the type the reception email address is critical. When should the to field be used? The default location for your recipient email address is here. Use the field if you're sending a message to just one individual. That's when you should use CC field. The CC field, which stands for carbon copy, is for a person who should be aware of the message, but they are not directly involved. It's primary for people who do not act or respond to the messages, but want to be kept up to date. When should you use the BCC field? Finally, the BCC, which stands for blind carbon copy, is used when you want other people to get a message but don't want them to know who they are. People who receive the email will see all the people listed in to and CC fields, but not in the BCC field. A good application of BCC, according to writebetteremails.com, is when sending emails to hundreds of people because you don't want them all to see each other's email address. This field could be used instead of to or CC fields. Email subject line. Email subject line are the most important component of your email. After all, the subject line that the recipient see is their inbox that determine whether or not they will open your email. As a result, if your email does not have an acceptable subject line, it may be deleted. When email recipients receive your message in their inbox, they can only read the subject line. Some people email boxes receive hundreds, if not thousands, of emails per day. So having a catchy and clear subject line is more vital than ever. This subject line of content can often determine whether an email is open or discarded, or worse, in the spam box. A good email subject line can make a big impression on your recipient. How to start an email is the most important form of communication, just like phone calls and video conferences. Each email should be viewed as an opportunity to build a mutual respect with your recipient. You're most likely to make a good impression if you start your email with a nice subject line. Such as an impression could persuade your recipients to read your email entire message and take any necessary steps. Keep this in mind while you write your first paragraph of your email. Any name that you should spell correctly misspells your recipient's name incorrectly, could make them feel disrespected. Keep it professional, not by using emojis and writing in all capital letters, as this may give the impression that you're yelling at them. Know who you are talking to. Your greeting should tailor to your recipient. Formatting emails. If you never read a handwriting doctor prescription, you haven't experienced actual English. When reading email content, writing in terrible font styles, your recipients feel the same way. Reading an email takes only a few seconds, but it takes much longer when unreadable tape fights are used, longer reading times. As a result, satisfy perspective, which is the last thing you want. Your choice of font can make or break your email. It is stated that if an email is not properly displayed or formatted, readers will discard within 3 seconds. Avoid mistakes while writing the email. The email was sent to the wrong person. An email sent to the wrong address, they're up in the office like nothing else. An email cannot be unsent once it has been sent. If this occurs, send an email to the person informing them of the error and apologizing. Then email the appropriate people to inform them about the accident, and then send the email they required. Another mistake to avoid is forgetting attachments, which is a typical occurrence that is always embarrassing, and when measured against other negative scale of errors, this one does stand out. Many email systems like Chan include a built-in forgotten attachment reminder that searches your text from that I attached. A popped-up notice will show if an email with the sentence is about to be sent without an attachment, asking you to confirm your selection. The body of an email. Make it short and to the point. You offer a professional picture that the reader must take seriously by getting to the point and clearly expressing your aim. People put off dealing with overly worded responses. Therefore, this enhances the likelihood that your email will be read and answered quickly. Your next sentence should clarify the email's goal. Be kind and respectful throughout your email, even if you're writing to address a complaint or concern. The length of an email. Someone will acquire a book if they desire to read a novel. They don't want one in their inbox staring at them. If you go on too long, you risk overwhelming your recipient and having them disconnect from your email. Data suggests that the best length of an email is between 50 to 125 words of according to Mark, blogspot.com. Receiving 50% according to the study email, 20 lines of text or around 200 words, which have the highest click-through rates. When in doubt, keep emails to 200 words or less. Include a closing. The last thing your recipients read after finishing your message is the email closure, and it might influence how quickly or whether they answer it at all. Consider meeting a new business contract at a trade show. That's turn and walk away without saying anything once your trap was finished. That would be impolite, create a negative image, and most hinder further conversations. Consider the closing of your email is like the end of a conversation. You have a better chance of getting a good response if you use polite, professional language with a clear call to action. Make sure to use your entire name. In your ending, always mention your first and last name, especially in the first correspondence. This is your recipient who knows who you are and less likely to mess up your name with other people. Always act in a professional manner. Email signature. An email signature is merely a string of words that appear at the end of the email. It could run on autopilot or be inserted with a single click of a button. You must think as an online business card that give recipients all of your contact information, such as your phone number, your name, and your email address. Organization for your card and form eliminates to have the supply contact information and website links with everybody to whom you send an email to. Email signature are no longer considered a low level to about success companies. They are aware, significant, and used to attract and develop relationship with new possibilities. Thank you for joining my presentation. It's now complete. Nothing less, I like to quickly outline the major topics. Choose an appropriate email address that includes your first and last name. Ensure that your email is professional and straight to the point. Make sure to include a closure and always add your signature. This is how to write a professional email.